Welcome to Yatimkhana and Madrasa Anjuman Khairul Islam's Pune College of Art, Science and Commerce, Camp Pune 1. Myself, Dr. Arif Tamboli, working as Associate Professor in the Department of Electronic Science. I joined this institute on 1st of August 1994. Today, I am going to introduce you the circuit mod software for simulation of various electronic circuits. So today's our target or the title is circuit simulation by using circuit mod software. So today we are going to study four different circuits, namely number one, a stable multivibrator by using IC 555, monostable multivibrator by using IC 555, then again a stable multivibrator but by using IC 741, which is called op-amp, operational amplifier, and last one, monostable multivibrator using IC 741. We have already studied all these circuits in the notebook or in the textbook, or you have gone through my lectures. But actual circuit simulation means what? Means when we change the value of components, how does frequency changes? When we change the value of components, how does the charging and discharging time of capacitor changes? When we change the value of component, how does the value to which capacitor is charged and the value to which the capacitor is discharged, it is controlled. So all that we are going to observe one by one in circuit mod simulation software. Now this is the slide which I am showing you. It is in the Word format, and for circuit mod software I need to switch over to the another software, and therefore just uh, have a 1 minute gap. So I will go to the software. Okay, now we are here now. So this is our circuit. So all of you know that IC 555 is drawn over here. In circuit mod software, all pins of the IC are not marked by the number. So they are given the name. So slowly I am going to explain you each and everything. So now look at this square box. So this square box is nothing but the square box of IC 555. Power supply Vin is given as a 15 volt. So which we have studied in theory, I have taken 15 volt also only. So this is a 15 volt power supply is given over here, and it is understood that the power supply is applied 15 volt with respect to ground. So you'll observe that there is no ground pin shown here. Number one. Number two, there are two pins which is namely taken out from lower comparator and upper comparator. So the lower comparator's pin is your threshold pin. So that threshold pin is here. And upper comparators and lower comparators threshold and trigger pins are over here. Then discharge pin is also there. So like that. Then reset pin is here, it is shown. And this is your output. Now control voltage pin number 5 is shown over here, and that is through capacitor connected to the ground. Now here on the screen you can observe very well that two waveforms are running over here, and these two waveforms are nothing but one is the output of IC 555, that is a square wave. So when I put the cursor over here, you might have been observed that the color is changed. So this waveform's color is changed. Now, secondly, at the same time, when I'm simulating this software, I wanted to know whether the externally connected capacitor C is charging and discharging or not. So here I have connected one more probe, that is called your probe of the CRO, and this is the output on observer on CRO. So like this. So it is very simple over here. Now in IC 555 as a stable multivibrator, we are going to use RA, RB and capacitor C. So all these three components are over here, RA, RB and capacitor C. Now in IC 555, pin number 6 and 2 are short circuited. So pin number 6 is nothing but your upper comparator's lower terminal. Upper comparator's lower terminal, that is actually a threshold. Okay, why it is called threshold? Because threshold means maximum. So this pin is the upper comparator's lower terminal. But upper comparator's upper terminal is an inverting pin which is connected to the junction of R1 and R2, that is 2/3 of VCC. So upper comparator's lower pin, that is non-inverting pin plus, which is connected to the capacitor which is charging and discharging. So this pin will not allowed, or this pin is connected to the upper comparator, will take care that capacitor will get charged only up to 2/3 of VCC, and therefore it is called threshold. So maximum value of charging capacitor is 2/3 of VCC. And then the lower comparator's lower comparator's lower terminal is nothing but minus terminal. So that is called as trigger pin. So 6 and 2 are short circuited over here, and they are connected to the junction where there is a resistor and capacitor. Now here, there are so many things in the software. One by one, I am going to explain you in detail. So this is the output which I am observing in between these two terminal, which is called your scope, that is your oscilloscope. So here, this square wave is having a nature and it is running from left to right. So what I will do in this software, I have a one facility to stop this square wave. So I have stopped now the square wave. So see here this square wave which I have almost stopped now. Observe very carefully. I am going to connect the probe over here now. So here, as soon as I connect the probe, can you see the change in color? Yes. Now look at this square wave. This square wave is having T on HVL level very large, LVL level very small. Now why it is happening? So that is what we have to understood from the circuit now. RA and RB, these are the two resistors which are taking part in charging the capacitor. Now I have taken RA as 100 kilo ohm, RB as also 100 kilo ohm. Therefore, total resistor which is responsible to charge the capacitor is RA plus RB, and that is 200 kilo ohm. Therefore, my charging time is very long. So here you can see that the capacitor charges like this here. So this capacitor is charging. Now this is the probe. So now you can see the charging color also changes. So when I come to the probe, this is there. Now this capacitor charges and again it discharges. So you can observe it very carefully here. On the left hand corner, the scale is given, and in that scale two parameters are there. One parameter is the frequency and another parameter is the voltage. So here directly the frequency of this particular signal, that is from the time which it starts charging and then discharging, means this much time. So it is given over here 1202 hertz, means roughly 1.2 kilohertz. Now this 10 volt whatever it is given, it is the maximum voltage to which the capacitor is charged here. This peak value is given over here. Now why our capacitor is charging to 10 volt only? So we have already studied in theory or in my previous lectures. So 15 volt is there and 2/3 of the 15 is nothing but your 10 volt. Therefore capacitor charges to 10 volt. Now look at this scale. Okay, this scale is your what? One division. So one division is equal to 10 volt. Therefore, if you start from this as a bottom line, see here, this is a bottom line. So you can say this is your bottom line. And from this bottom line, this much height is your 10 volt. So I think so you can observe very carefully, this much height is the half of that. Means capacitor discharges to what value? 5 volt. So this is the full charging value of capacitor to which it charges, and this is the discharging. Now again you see here how many divisions are there for charging. So if I start from here, 1 division, 2 division, 3 division, 4 division, 5 division, and 5 point something. So in this way here, now look at the square wave. This square wave is also having a HVL very long, and this HVL is equal to your charging time of capacitor. And here also it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and just little bit greater than that. Now for your understanding, I can put this upper side, this lower side, means I can stack one above other. So that also will do it after some time. Now I'll just wanted to show you that the discharging time is from this point to this point. And for the discharging period from this point to this point, our LVL remains here. The LVL is half of the HVL. Why the LVL is half of HVL? Because again here, when I told you 100 kilo ohm and 100 kilo ohm combining together to 100 kilo ohm is responsible for charging the capacitor. But all of you know now very well that capacitor discharges only through RB. Therefore, RB is 100 kilo ohm, RA plus RB 200 kilo ohm. So discharging time is half of the charging time almost. So like that it is here. Now what we will do? We will change the value of resistor and we'll see that whether we can observe the square wave with symmetric nature. Symmetric nature means the charging time must be equal to discharging time, means HVL must be equal to LVL. Okay, so that I will show here. But before that, I will just go to the stacks here. Here there is option, you can see stack. Stack means one wave will come above other. So I will go to the stack now and I will just fasten the speed so you will understand that stacking is done. And like this here now, just let me show you. Yes. So this is the stacking. So you see here also I will try to increase the scale 2x. Let us see. So it is already in 2x scale, or the maximum scale I will take it. Okay. No, 2x scale only, it's okay. So like this. So here, if you stack, then you can understand here. See, this is the point from where the logic 1 starts, and here the point from where charging starts. So how long time logic 1 is there? Till the capacitor charges to 2/3 of VCC, that is 10 volt. That is 10 volt. So you can see now here it is a 10 volt now, this because of the stacking. So that waveform have one above other. Now from where to where the logic 0 is there? From here to here. So look at here, from here exactly capacitor start discharging and it discharges till this point. So now for our better understanding, I will unstack it. So right click and go to the unstack, and then when I go to the unstack, you will see that everything is blank. So don't worry, here there is a circuit board software simulation, something like that, and you will get expert in this when you use it frequently. So here, this is our logic 1. This is logic 0. Logic 1 is, again I am telling you why there is a long time to charge the capacitor, because capacitor charges through 100 and 100 200 kilo ohm. Why there is a short time for LVL? Because capacitor discharges through only 100 kilo ohm resistor, that is through RV. And you know very well, as long as capacitor does not charges from 1/3 VCC to 2/3 VCC, means 5 volt to 10 volt, the HVL is maintained at the output, and unless and until the capacitor does not discharges from 2/3 VCC to 1/3 VCC, LVL, low voltage level, is maintained at the output. Now what I will do, I want symmetric square wave, means HVL should be equal to LVL. So you can imagine the logic here. When I use this 100 kilo ohm and 100 kilo ohm same value, my charging resistors are double and discharging resistor is half. So what I will do, I will just right click on this component and then edit this component, and here see 100 kilo ohm. Can you see? Yes. So what I will do, I will make it only 1 kilo ohm. Okay. Here, okay. So 1 kilo ohm and 100 kilo ohm. Now, when I make it 1 kilo ohm and 100 kilo ohm, okay, my charging takes place through this 1 kilo ohm and 100 kilo ohm, means 101 kilo ohm. And my discharging takes place through 100 kilo ohm, means charging 101 kilo ohm, discharging 100 kilo ohm. Now I can say mathematically 101 kilo ohm is nearly equal to 100 kilo ohm. So like that 101 kilo ohm is equal to nearly equal to 100 kilo ohm. And now here you will observe changes, but I have to go to the reset because I have made the changes. And as soon as I made the reset again, there is a little bit problem in observing the waveform, and then you will come now. Yes, now see here. So here logic level 0 and logic level 1 are almost same, are almost same. So like that here, by changing the value of RA and by changing the value of RB, we got succeeded in getting symmetric square wave. And here also you see here, the charging starts from this point and goes to this point, and this point is our, yes, 10 volt of the this thing. Now scale is 9.99 volt, so that is very close to 10 volt. This, now this is our reference line. See here, this horizontal line is our reference line because this is LVL is here 0, so this is 0. So from this point to that point, one division. So if this peak is at 10 division, then this is half of that, means 5 volt, means our capacitor discharges to what volt? 5 volt. So here from this circuit mod simulation software, you can understand very well that our capacitor never charges greater than 2/3 VCC, never discharges less than 1/3 of the VCC, less than 1/3 of the VCC. So these are the some understandings in this circuit. So now what we'll do it here now, we'll change the value of capacitor. So this capacitor is 400 nanofarad. So when I change the value of capacitor 400 nanofarad, say I will make the value of capacitor half. So what will happen if I make the value of capacitor half? It will get charged very fast because value of resistors are same, and then my frequency will get changed. So instead of 400, I will make it 200. Then I will go to the reset. Then I will go to the again first simulations. Okay. And then again, I will come back here to show you. Yes, see. So now in previous case, it was 400 nanofarad. Now it is 200. So my time duration from positive edge, HVL, high voltage level, logic 1, negative edge, LVL, logic 0, and then this time changed. And you can see here also the charging time of capacitor also decreased and discharging time of capacitor also decreased. So in this way here, you can understand very well that our circuit simulation software will help you in explaining all thing in detail. So in theory, we have to just imagine, but here we can observe on as good as on screen. So I think so this is enough. By changing the value of RA and RB, we can change the charging time, discharging time. By changing the value of capacitor C, we can change the charging time, discharging time. Changing the charging time and discharging time is nothing but changing the HVL and LVL. Changing the HVL and LVL is nothing but changing the frequency. So it is so simple. Now I think so we'll proceed for the next circuit, which is called monostable multivibrator by using IC 555. So monostable multivibrator is also called as one-shot multivibrator. One shot means what? You just need to apply only one trigger pulse, and thereafter the output will change its state. If it is previously in logic 0, it will go to the logic 1, and it will come back again to the previous state after the time which is called T return. Now I will go to that circuit I have already designed. So now in this corner you see in the file, now here I will go forward open. Here save the changes asking me, yes, I will say yes, save the changes. Now in the open, I have AMV by IC555 which is studied. Now we want to go MMV as IC555, so I will open that now. Okay, so this is the monostable multivibrator. So look at this diagram for 2 minutes and then you will understand everything. So here what we want to understand now, IC555, this is a block. Can you see this block in different color now, square block? Yes. So what are the pins? Power supply plus VCC. Again, I have given 15 volt. So it is understood that this power supply is applied with respect to ground. So there is no ground pin shown by this manufacturer of the software. Control pin, pin number 5, connected to the capacitor through the ground. Discharge pin number 7, goes to the junction of R and C. Now here you can see this is a dot. So dot means connection. Dot means connection. Now this green line is crossing. like this. Okay, now it is changing the color, but there is no shot over here. So like that. Then output. So there is output. So I have put the uh, scope probe over here. So this is called probe of the scope, means oscilloscope. So that is the short form used in this software. So you can see now here, as soon as I come over here on the right hand corner, you can see scope probe is written. And when I go out here, there is a time t, right hand corner you see at the bottom, right hand corner at the bottom, scope probe, and like that. And that scope probe is showing VD, means output voltage. VD means output voltage as how much volt? 0 volt. So all of you observe, right hand side corner at the bottom, scope probe is written, SCOP, scope probe, and VD is equal to 0 volt, means output is 0 volt. And in this scope probe, the output is shown 0 volt, means here this line, green line is what at volt? 0 volt. Now let us come to the circuit again. Now in case of monostable multivibrator, in case of monostable multivibrator, by using IC 555, trigger pin, that is pin number 2, trigger pin, that is pin number 2, and pin number 2 is the lower comparators lower pin, which is inverting input, which is inverting input. So the trigger pin is used to apply the external trigger so that the output of monostable multivibrator changes its state. So in this way, pin number 2 is a trigger pin which is used to apply external trigger. And in our lecture, we have studied what is the circuit for trigger. Circuit for trigger is power supply, resistor R, and the switch, push to on switch. Now that symbol was different and this symbol is different. The symbol which I used in that was something like this and then push to on switch. But here it is like this. So here you'll understand, when I left click here, automatically this switch goes, and when I release the left click, this switch comes back to this position. So you can see here like this. Okay. So now like this. So here what I will do now, here I will reset this first of all. So this is reset now. Now for your better understanding, when I click over here, my this output, in case of monostable multivibrator by using IC 555, you know that the output initially remains in logic 0. Q is equal to 0 initially when we connect the circuit like this. So here this is the reset circuit. Resistor, resistor, push to on switch, and 15 volt power supply. The junction of resistor and push to on switch is giving a trigger circuit. So you this already studied. When switch is open, here the voltage comes 15 volt, and when the switch is closed, here the voltage is 0 volt, which is applied as a trigger. So 15 volt to 0 volt, negative edge, so downgoing edge, will be applied as a trigger. And when you remove this immediately, again that 15 volt to 0 volt, and 0 volt will come back to previous state. Now where is R and C? R and C is over here. This is the R, 50 kilo ohm. How much? 50 kilo ohm. And this is the capacitor C, 1 microfarad. So now, for your understanding, what I will do it, I will just do little bit changes over here very fast, because I have handled this software, and yes. So now like this, I have taken to this. Why I have taken it here? Because when I click on push to on button, the changes taken place over here. Okay, and that changes are taken place over here. That's why if I show you switch pressing there and tell you to observe here, it becomes a problematic. So just I have taken that care. Now look at the output. So this is your scope probe. Can you see scope probe? Yes, on the right hand corner over here it is a time. So at this location only, okay, t is equal to, here only the scope probe comes. Now see here, scope probe, vd is equal to 0, means the output is how much volt? 0 volt. So now come here, see this, when I took here, that this line also becomes same colors. Okay, so now what we'll do it here, I will apply the trigger. As soon as I push this switch, what will happen here, the 15 volt which is now, that will go to 0 volt, and trigger will get applied. So as soon as trigger gets applied, the output VD, which is 0 volt, will change its state and it will go to 15 volt. And when it goes to 15 volt, it will remain there for some time because it is a monostable. You apply the trigger, the output state the output will change its state and it will go to another state, and it will remain in that state for particular time, which is decided by you, which is called as T return. And the T return is decided by this 50K resistor and 1 microfarad capacitor. Now later on we are changing the value, and I am going to show you that yes, you can change the T return. Now here, whatever T return, you will observe it here. I will apply the trigger. So as soon as I apply the trigger, you observe over here, you will find that it is suddenly changing. So as soon as I apply the trigger, please you observe in this section particularly, and here this output will change and go to the logic 1, and it will remain in logic 1, and then again it will come down, and that waveform will continue like this, because our scope CRO is in what running condition, like that we have used. So see here, got it, gone to the ledger 1 and then again come down. Now it will remaining 0 only. So now for how long time it is there? So this much is the time. So you can observe that time somewhere here. T is equal to 8.1 or 8.2 seconds, something like that. Okay. So that time you can observe. Now again I will apply the trigger. Okay. So like this you see here. Now you see here VD, it is showing 15 volt. Okay. See here. So this is the time now, and like that. So here that VD was shown 15 volt for some time duration. You observe very carefully. And thereafter VD comes to 0 volt. See. Yes. See the VD 15 volt. Yes. Now VD 15 volt is there still on the right hand side corner. Still VD is 15 volt. Now when I take the probe over here, it gone to 0 volt. Means it is showing now the present value. So like that. So it is very simple. Now what we'll do it here. See. I will change the value of resistor. When I change the value of resistor, suppose now it is now 50 kilo ohm. Now this capacitor C charges through this 50 kilo ohm resistor, and it will take certain time, and that is called your T return time, as a T is equal to 1.1 RC in case of monostable multivibrator designed by using IC 555. So T return is T equal to, that is T return equal to 1.1 RC. So 1.1 is constant, R and C are the values of resistor and capacitor. Now if I increase this value from 50 kilo ohm to 100 kilo ohm, double. If I make this value from 50 kilo ohm to 100 kilo ohm, means double, then what will happen? The capacitor of 1 microfarad, which was earlier charging through 50 kilo ohm, now it will charge through 100 kilo ohm. Means definitely you will understand that capacitor will take large time to charge, because 100 kilo ohm resistor is double than 50 kilo ohm. So when the capacitor is taking large time to charge, you know inside this IC what happens? This capacitor gets charged to what volt? 2/3 of VCC. This capacitor gets charged to what volt? 2/3 of VCC. So now when I say that this capacitor is get charged to 2/3 of VCC, it will take certain time. In this case it is taking some time, and when I make it 100 kilo ohm, the time will be greater. So I will make that changes, and then I will show you by applying the trigger, the T return will be double than the previous one. Now you just observe now the T return, how much it is there. So you can say that now this much is your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 divisions roughly. Getting see this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 divisions and little bit greater. So now what I will do it, I will edit this component. I will come to this 50K. Can you see here 50K? Yes, I will just make the changes in that component. I will make it 100 kilo ohm. Yes, 100K. Okay. And now I will reset the circuit. So now my component is 100 kilo ohm, and this is 1 microfarad capacitor. Okay. So like that here. So now let us apply the trigger and observe over here. I am applying the trigger. You observe over in this section, it will go up and it will remain double than that. Yes, see here now gone up, and see now. Okay, this is double. How much? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and greater than that. So in this way, this is exactly time is double, because we have changed the value of resistor through which the capacitor is charging. It is 100 kilo ohm. Once again, I will show you. Observe here. In this section, you observe I am applying the trigger now. Before applying the trigger, the output of this IC is NVL, because it is monostable multivibrator designed by using IC 555. The output state is in LVL, low voltage level. After applying trigger, it will go to HVL. And again, after T return time, it will come back to LVL. So look at this section now. I'm applying the trigger. Yes, gone to the HVL, remains in HVL, and then come back to LVL. So like this is coming back to LVL. Okay. So in this way, I think so. This is very simple one. So you can observe everything very systematically in circuit mode simulation software. And I think so out of that four, I have covered today only two. Doesn't matter because it is already half an hour. So if you want to see the charging of this capacitor, just I will give you the demo little bit. So here, what I will do it, add wire, and this is the addition of the wire. So see, now there is no short circuit over here. Then again, I will go to the add wire only, and what I will do, I will take the wire over here. Now output display devices, and then add scope probe like this. And here I have added the scope probe. Now what I am going to observe, I am going to observe the capacitor, not a voltage here. Capacitor, how does it charges and discharges? So now I will give the command that VV in scope. So now if I go into the VV in scope, then you will observe that here this capacitor is holding certain voltage. Okay, and here I will do the reset thing over here. So this is now, okay, see here, this when I come here, here color changes. So this is now my the voltage across capacitor. Now this capacitor's voltage you observe here very carefully. So here it is 1.5 millivolt. How much? 1.5 millivolt means our out capacitor is now in discharge condition. Capacitor is in now discharge condition, and that is what in the IC555 as a monostable multivibrator, initially capacitors remains in discharge condition very close to 0 volt or almost 0 volt. 1.5 millivolt means 10 raised to minus 3. So it is a 0. Now when capacitor will charge? When we apply the trigger, then capacitor charging starts from 0 volt to 2/3 VCC. So now that's what we want to see now. As soon as I apply the trigger, now this outputs here, this I'm here, and which line changes? This line changes here. This changes means this output is now observed over here, and this output is observed over here. So what I will do, I apply the trigger now, and when I apply the trigger on both the side, changes will be there. See here, apply trigger. See here, level gone 1, and see the charging of capacitors. Capacitor charges and 2/3 VCC, half of that, and then this here. So this voltage is your, in this way the capacitor charges. Again you observe, and now again the capacitor is discharged now. Yes, logic level 1, how long time it maintains till capacitor does not get to that 10 volt, and then capacitor get discharged immediately. So observe the action very carefully. Capacitor gets charged to 10 volt. That value here you observe, in this location you observe, it will show the 10 volt. Capacitor charges to 10 volt means 2/3 VCC, because our power supply is 15 volt. And as soon as the capacitor charges to 2/3 VCC, that voltage will come down. And here the logic level, high voltage level will also come down. So again observe very carefully. Here you are observing output of IC555 as monostable multivibrator, which changes from LVL to HVL. And here you are observing, after applying the trigger, the capacitor charges from 0 volt to 2/3 of the VCC means 10 volt. Here you are observing that, because initially the capacitor is discharged. That's why this voltage which you are observing here is voltage across capacitor, and this is the output. So here I am applying trigger now. See very well. Gone 1, capacitor charges. Observe this voltage. Yes, 10 volt. This is increasing very fast. It is increasing, and like that. So if you want to go further slow, I will make the changes in this edit, and still you can go to the slow means, suppose I will do make it what 200 kilo ohm. Okay, and now when I make it 200 kilo ohm and I will apply it, see now logic 1, now it will go for very long time because 200 kilo ohm. See logic high voltage level, and now see capacitor charge to 10 volt and come down. Here this you can observe because it is taking long time. So I will again apply the trigger. See here, this is the output of IC555. It is initially in the low voltage level. It will go to high voltage level and maintain to the change state till T return. As soon as I apply the trigger, this will go to the logic 1. As soon as I apply the trigger, capacitor which is at 0 volt, we will start charging towards the two-third VCC, that is 10 volt. Now you observe here it is microvolt shown because it is a software, 749.96 microvolt, which is very difficult to measure by the multimeter also, but it is a software. And you can see here on the right hand corner VD means output voltage 7.4996 microvolt. That is also here scope. Look at now, applied trigger. Yes, as soon as I apply trigger, change in the state output LVL to HVL. HVL remains for a long time. Capacitor charging here 10 volt. As soon as it goes to 10 volt, come down and then 0. And here the output is also 0. So in this way, I hope it is very simple to understand the circuit by using circuit mod software. That is here this thing. Now I will come back to the my original slide, and I will go to this